JOAT, it's review time. Dr. Ozzy, host EP. For me, actually thoroughly listening to some of Dr. Ozzy's music has been a long time coming, especially since knowing him for about 4 years now and never really getting into his music without a specific reason. I felt like I had to make this review. Continuously hearing positive things about his production, strong fan base that supports his every move, and being in the game for over 7 years, I believe, which is a long ass time for even a dubstep producer. So I figured expanding my playlist to at least meet Dr. Ozzy's music was a must. And here it is. Here's my official review for me and for y'all of the Dr. Ozzy EP. Host. So, quick main points about the EP. Grandiose intros all throughout. Good choices of vocal samples. Some blissful, euphoric, and melodic. Others quick, snappy, and choppy. They're really just the icing on the cake when it comes to these tracks. He could do without, but it just makes the song so much better and lively, so props to him for that. The percussion as a whole just rattles throughout this EP. Punchy, groovy, sometimes kind of vague because there's just so much going on in the production in general. So first song, Host. Intro takes up almost half of the track, but it really did have me in the moment, so wasn't a problem for me. I didn't even realize almost 1.5 minutes had gone by, so good timing there. For me, there's nothing really stand out about this track because Dr. Ozzy on this song meets and slightly exceeds all expectations of a good and unique dubstep song. Metallic stabs just way down the mix, and the first and second drops on the song are pretty similar, but tweaked just enough to be, as a whole, catchy and enticing. So yeah, it meets expectations of a good dubstep song for me in every category, and therefore not much to talk about. Check it out for yourselves. Second song, Zap. Eastern intro, loved it. Plenty of ammo, flavor, character, and even stubbornness in the first drop. And the build-up in between was so vague. Drop coming out of nowhere, which was kind of a good surprise. And the fucking sub on this song is moving more than all of us combined in quarantine. I can guarantee all y'all that. Second drop is also crazy sounding, tribal, guttural, and even glitchy at points. Made it work. Great track. Track 3, Play It Back Again. I really had to play this song back a second time to even form like some thoughts about it, and still really don't know how to describe it. The delivery in the drop kind of reminds me of Old Lord Swanex, if anyone remembers what he used to do back in the day. And the front sounds are cool and all, but kind of would sound empty if it wasn't for the whole fucking back of the song, the whole background just coming up and supporting it. So yeah, all the various sounds in the background, the percussion, everything else just kind of being used by the forefront, those sounds like as a crutch. But he really did pull it off, and I'm really surprised to say that. There's a last part on this song, which I don't know if it's supposed to be a third drop or not, but it was pretty interesting to listen to, and it really did round the track out as a whole in its 3.5 minute runtime. Alright, fourth song, Art Hillary. Another Eastern intro, which was my favorite of the entire EP, by the way. Extremely beautiful. Forceful, pinpoint basses that make an emphasis of entering and leaving like the spotlight, and the sub on this song as well was moving mad. I advise y'all to listen to this EP on the subwoofer because it really does change the listening experience. Alright, so final track. I was extremely impressed by these first 4 tracks, and I didn't even know what direction Dr. Ozzy really was gonna take with this, partially since he covered so much ground with the diversity of the other 4 songs. So IG Night has, in my opinion, the most hyper intro. Sounds like all the elements are falling upstairs, quickly turning into like a psytrance housey part, using the vocals as like the main like sound. Very energetic and stand out, and the creativity here is unreal. So after a short build up, the second part just kicks in, swinging relentlessly. Also, the second drop is kind of a mix of the first and second parts of the first drop. Also, great use of repetition with the second part of the second drop mirroring the second part of the first drop. So after listening to this masterpiece of a dubstep EP, I realized I had been sleeping on Dr. Ozzy for much too long. It seems like I really didn't have any complaints because this EP is just so energetic and standout and unique. And from what I've heard, most of Dr. Ozzy's discography is just the same and just as diverse and like nothing you've ever heard before. Vocal samples really do pop out, like I said earlier. The one thing I personally didn't think fit was the EP cover, which I shouldn't even be getting into because this is a music review, but I felt like all the production and the samples, everything on this EP was much too fucking wacky and colorful for this dark cover. And maybe it's just because there isn't a cover art in existence to fully describe this sort of music, and it would be extremely difficult to create one. So yeah, love the EP. I'm not sure if I really have any complaints about the music, and I deeply regret finding out about Dr. Ozzy until now. Well, at least about his music. Knowing him for 4 years is even worse. I will definitely be listening to more of his material, and I really do get the appeal. I motherfucking get it. This EP is amazing. JOAT out. Wow.